Hi, SpongeGex here. Uh, Quite a lot has happened recently. Yeah, I meant to do a video on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Wave 5 for the Booster Track DLC, but I wasn't really able to for a number of reasons. First of all, I tried
Here we
getting like a new
go.
portable microphone headset, and while the headset works, the microphone, shocker, was really bad. I ended up having to delete the entire video I did of Mario Kart because the audio was so bad, and I didn't try saving it onto a separate file, so it was burnt into the video. So I'm trying to do it all over again now. So I was able to get like one of those wireless clip-on microphones. And so from what I've tested, it sounds pretty good. It's definitely much better than those scratchy, muffly headset microphones. So I previously did try this already, and my thoughts were overall pretty positive. I really did like the new DLC. So we got 3 new characters with Petey, Piranha, Wiggler. I don't know why they brought that character back. I swear, Diddy Kong better be one of those last characters. I'm guessing it'll be Diddy Kong and Pauline. I mean, would it really shock anyone? But and Magic Koopa, or Kamek Koopa, which is interesting because Kamek was meant to be in Mario Kart 64 before the final decision was to replace him with Donkey Kong. So there is some history with Kamek. So let's see. So here we got pretty good selection of courses. Most of them are very good overall, and the one I was most excited for was Daisy Cruiser. That was one of my favorite levels for Mario Kart Double Dash, and but so for right now we have Athens Dash, one of the Mario Kart Tour levels, and yeah, this one's actually really fun. I love the visuals, and I mean, who doesn't love like the artwork and architecture of like ancient Greek mythology and stuff like that? So. But I had a pretty miserable week. I unfairly got fired from my job as a security guard, and it was beyond my control, and I felt like my supervisor in training, that is, was not fit for the job, and she made my job very difficult. And so after something that was beyond my control, she got angry with me on a bad day and just fired me. So I'm currently looking for a new job elsewhere. So I've already got 2 interviews. I just got one yesterday, and I got another one on Monday, so hopefully I'll be fine. But yeah, just thought I'd do this to keep my mind off. And so I also got Pikmin 4 today. I haven't played it yet though, because I wanted to get my Mario Kart video caught up first. But I am looking forward to that. I figured, this would take me about 30 minutes to an hour to get through all these courses again, so let's try it out. Well, Petey Piranha is slightly easier to play as in this game compared to Double Dash. I hated playing as him in Double Dash because of his enormous head. It really got in the way of the gameplay. So here it's a little more tolerable. I mean, it's still big, but I still feel like you can see like what's ahead of you, kind of. At least what's around you. So when I did my first playthrough of this, I was playing on 100 GP, and so for this video I decided to step it up and do 150 GP. So this will definitely be a little more challenging. But yeah, there's been a lot of amazing Mario announcements lately. I didn't get a chance to talk about what happened at not E3, but the Nintendo Direct recently. And the thing is, I tried doing it so many times though. There are many videos I tried doing where I wanted to share my thoughts on it, but I didn't get the chance because the videos ended up not being good enough to upload to YouTube per se. So. Like, I tried doing a video on Sonic Mania Plus, playing as Amy in Sonic 1, and I don't know, I just felt like I was struggling too much that it didn't really make for a fun video, so. But otherwise, my thoughts on that, Sonic Mania Plus was okay, but I don't really think it was worth the price of admission. It really should have been a free update. It should have been there to begin with. And I'm not too crazy about the Sonic Game Gear game, so yeah. Otherwise, Amy was a nice addition to the game, but like many say, she just feels like a reskin of Sonic. Otherwise, she has some interesting animations, though. Like, I like how instead of a drop dash, she uses, she has like a hammer charge attack. It's kind of cute. She has like the ability where if you double tap while jumping, she can reflect like spiked enemies and stuff like that. Kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like I really feel like they should have done more of her. Like maybe giving her a double jump and a hover attack, kind of like which the hover attack she had like in Sonic Heroes, and I don't know. So they could have done a little more with her, but on the bright side, we are getting Sonic Superstars, and aside from the full price, you know, it is a pretty pricey looking game for what's basically a classic Sonic style game. Not looking forward to the price, but the gameplay itself doesn't look too bad. I like how, you know, it's basically the first full 3D classic Sonic game we're getting. It has like the same anime cutscenes as the ones we saw in like Sonic Mania and Origins. That's great. And Amy's playable along with Tails and Knuckles. That's great. We get like new abilities. Obviously, kind of like Mario-inspired power-ups, but you only get them after you collect the Chaos Emeralds. And so, yeah. Otherwise, I am looking forward to that. We don't have to wait too long for that one to come out. And so, back onto the Nintendo Direct topic. Yeah, we got a lot of great Mario announcements. Princess Peach is getting a second game. They didn't make it clear if it would be a sequel to Super Princess Peach. It definitely doesn't look like it, though. It's hard to judge, but from what we saw, it looks like she was like on basically like a stage play, and she had like all these ribbon-based attacks, and so yeah, it's you know, it's like how her crown is missing, and she's wearing a ponytail, and so yeah, it's hard to say what the plot of it's going to be, what the gameplay is, but by the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be kind of like a semi-3D side-scrolling beat-em-up game. Or maybe that was just that level in particular. Maybe it's a multi-variety kind of game. Who knows? I am looking forward to more of that. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is getting an HD remake for Switch, and I don't know what to think of it, though. As like, if it had the same graphics as Luigi's Mansion 3, that would have been exciting, but instead it just looks like a slightly upscaled version of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon with not a whole lot of polish or additional textures, and so I don't know. I didn't think Luigi's Mansion 2 looked that great, honestly. I even thought the original Luigi's Mansion looked better in comparison. And I wasn't the biggest fan of Luigi's Mansion 2. That was actually my least favorite in the series. I thought the third one was the best, but I know it's a mixed response. I know most people seem to say they like Dark Moon the best, but not me for some reason. And so, of course, the big announcements that got everyone excited. So we are getting a remake of Super Mario RPG, and Square Enix is involved, although the original creator wasn't contacted back for it. But it does look exciting, though. It looks just about how you would imagine the game would have looked if, you know, the Super Nintendo was powerful enough to render the 3D models without having to down-compress them. And, of course, they did tune up the models, so it looks like, you know, they based the designs off the original Mario RPG artwork, but they updated it to kind of fit more in line with like the modern restylings of the Mario characters. And I think it looks great, though. It's like, imagine if they did the same thing with the Donkey Kong Country trilogy, where they remade it to look exactly like how the game would have looked if it didn't have to have the visuals compressed into sprites. That would have been amazing. And then Super Mario Wonder looks incredible. I mean, I'm more of a 3D Mario fan, but I love just the zaniness of it, and the way the 3D models highly resemble like the actual artwork from like the official, you know, original concept arts and stuff like that of Mario and the gang, like the ones that you see on T-shirts and posters, and that's really cool. The Mario characters. I love how Nintendo's finally stepping up their game. It's hard to go back to some of these old GameCube and Wii games, even the Wii U games, and you just see how lifeless these characters look. They just have such blank expressions, and yeah, you gotta love how such a long way Nintendo's come. Like, they definitely started stepping up their game with Mario Odyssey. I mean, even Mario Odyssey needed some work, but you could definitely see a lot of improvement there, and Luigi's Mansion 3 was a good step forward, and Yep, it's like they just really got the hang of it by the time Super Mario Wonder came out. Who knows? Maybe that Super Mario Brothers movie with Universal was a good experience for Nintendo. Maybe it gave them some hints on how to improve their animations for their characters' facial expressions. Because, yeah, the Mario movie did have some great facial expressions and reactions from the characters. So it's nice to see Nintendo kind of possibly seeming to take some inspiration from that. Okay, so I'd say this level felt very unnecessary. I can't remember what game this was from, and darn it, I know it said it right before the title card, but I didn't even bother reading it. But this was either from, I think this was from the 3DS game, Mario Kart 7, but I just don't see why they had to bring this one in, because we already have Toad's Turnpike, and that's arguably a better level. This is basically just like a lot of the same visual. The only thing this really has going for it is, it has different billboards in the background, but I don't know. I feel like we didn't really need them. We already got plenty of levels that have fun Easter eggs in the background regarding billboards and stuff like that, so they easily just could have reused like some of the same billboards from other levels. So I don't know. Yeah, I prefer Mario Kart levels that stand out on their own. You don't like play it and go like, okay, this is basically another level but worse. You know, I don't see the point in making like so many copy-paste levels. Well, that was close. Wow! Dang it. Not doing too good this race. Whoa, I got really lucky there. I'm definitely gonna have to watch a replay for this one, because a lot of insane stuff happened. I was hoping it was going to show that replay. Oh, come on. It did not have the best camera angle. I know something crazy happened during that final stretch, and it did not have a good view of that. Damn it, I hate it when that happens. Okay, so a squeaky clean sprint. When I first went into this, I thought this level was gonna suck. I mean, come on. It's a level around a toilet. It's basically just an oversized bathroom. And somehow Nintendo managed to take something as simple as driving around an oversized bathroom, and they made it fun. I actually really liked this level. And the music was really catchy. And there is something funny about like that big jump over the toilet. It's like, imagine how humiliating that would be, like to get struck by lightning over that and getting set down the toilet. And that, like, just this part where you get sucked down the drain pipe is really cool. I like how you even see like a wedding ring or something like caught down there. That's kind of funny. And for some reason, there were Cheap Cheeks wearing snippet masks. So apparently, is that water like so toxic that they need a breathing mask to breathe clean water? Yeah, I was not expecting to like this level. I just thought it sounded so stupid, but yeah, this was really fun. Yeah, going back to the Nintendo Direct topic, another game I'm looking forward to is, I like how WarioWare Smooth Moves is actually getting a sequel. I just hope it works well, though, because most Switch games have really had awful motion controls. Like, I honestly preferred playing Zelda Skyward Sword or Wii Sports with the Wii Remote Plus and all that compared to the Joy-Cons. They are just awful when it comes to motion controls. They never seem to work. Not saying a lot, because the Wii Remote wasn't perfect either, but there were certain games where the motion controls were just right, but yeah, a lot of third-party Wii games usually had really bad motion controls, but when it came to Nintendo's first-party games, they were usually pretty good. So, yeah, hard to say, but yeah, I am looking forward to it, though, because I loved WarioWare Smooth Moves. There was something fun about having motion controls, play the micro games, so it's cool to see another one is being made. And I did love the previous WarioWare game. I can't remember what its name was, but the one on Switch where you actually played the micro games while controlling the characters themselves. That was a fun take on the series, and I thought that one had great replay value, a lot of fun unlockables. They had some unfair gameplay moments, but that's what kind of made it fun. Yeah, I really did like that one. So it's shocking they're already making another WarioWare game. Otherwise, most of the Direct was kind of boring to me, but when it came to the big announcements, that was enough to make up for it. I love the Mario announcements they made. I meant to fire that bomb behind me, but... Well, I was having a good luck streak up until that last race. Otherwise, I think I still should have been in first place overall. Yep. Okay. So yeah, the first cup of Wave 5 is overall pretty good. Every stage was really good except for that Moonlight Highway one. I don't think that's a very good level. It's not bad, it's just like I said, there's better levels that have very similar vibes to it. Like, if you want a better Night City level with a bunch of traffic, just go to Toad's Turnpike. Or Neo Bowser City. It doesn't have, like, I don't think that one really had traffic, but that was still a fun nighttime city traffic level. Does anyone else miss, like, the award ceremony cutscenes from Mario Kart? I mean, it would have been nice if they at least gave you the option to skip them, but it would have been cool to have one in this. But yeah, I don't like the award ceremony in this. It's just a few highlights from some of the races you did, and then this spinning trophy. It's like, oh, come on, that's... I mean, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is arguably the best Mario Kart game, in my opinion, but it's sad how you can look back at even the Super Nintendo game and say, at least they tried making an award ceremony. I'm trying to think, like, I think the Wii one might have been the last one actually having an award ceremony, but it was a really basic one, though. It wasn't like a glorified cutscene like the ones you got in Double Dash or Mario Kart 64. I even loved Mario Kart 64 even stepped it up by giving, like, one where if you did so poorly, there's, like, two variants you can get, like, one where the characters are looking over the hill, you know, in sadness that they couldn't make it to the finals, you know, the top three. And then, of course, there's the one where, well, and then right after, like, they get bombed by a bomb on wheels. It's just so harsh, but funny. Los Angeles Laps. So I'm kind of disappointed, though, that, okay, you have a level based on Los Angeles, and they didn't choose Hollywood? I mean, come on. That would have been fun to have, like, a level inspired by Hollywood, but where, like, you're driving through movie sets and all that. Maybe that'll be a separate level idea. We only have one more chance of that, though, with the last wave. So I can imagine the final wave of Mario Kart DLC will probably be out in time for Christmas again, just like last year's, so... let's see, But otherwise, this is still a nice level, though. Like, it definitely has, kind of has, like, a California vibe to it with, like, the beaches, and there's even a point where you drive through, like, what seems to be an oil mill, or an oil drilling site. Kind of bizarre, but... I can't stand Kamek's voice in the video games. He's just as bad as Toad. Can we just get Kevin Michael Richards to voice him in the games from now on? Because he did such a good job in the movie. But I'd say that's my favorite part of the racetrack right there. That part where you fly over that baseball diamond. That was just a touch I did not see coming. It was so cool, though. I'm not even a fan of baseball either, and I still thought that was cool. The only kind of baseball I like are like the cartoony video games of baseball, like the Mario baseball games, or I even like the Nicktoons MLB crossover. That was kind of funny. Yeah, like those giant like oil mills that kept like hammering up and down. That definitely reminded me of the level from Looney Tunes Racing. There was like one of those like desert levels, and they had like all these oversized hammers that were whacking up and down. That's what that reminded me of. Sunset Wilds. Okay, I'm probably gonna say this is the worst level out of the entire Wave 5. Not just for this cup, but just the Wave 5. Like I've said many times before, I'm not a fan of Mario Kart Super Circuit or even the original Mario Kart. I don't know. I just like they're probably good for their time, but I just think there are just so many better Mario Kart games out there that it makes going back to those old ones feel really boring in comparison. It's like they had good visuals for their console limitations, but otherwise I just feel like all their levels kind of blend in. They just feel too flat and blocky. And so otherwise I definitely notice a lot of up-to-date censorship with this level, because the original one, you had Shy Guys dressed like Native Americans. And so here they tried hiding them up by having them dressed as minors, because apparently Native American imagery is offensive nowadays. I get that like they don't want you portraying like Native Americans as villains anymore, because yeah, I can understand why Native Americans would get offended by that, but I don't see what's so offensive about just a shy guy wearing a headdress of feathers. And I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as like Mario Power Tennis, where they had him like dress up as an Indian and make him like wham wham. Now I can see why that would be considered offensive, but there's something funny about how, like, if you accidentally ran over a teepee, like one of the Shy Guys would be latched onto you. That was kind of funny, and you can't run over the teepees anymore. Obviously they replaced the teepees with hiking tents for the miners, I guess. So yeah, it's just kind of odd. It's like you can easily see what used to be there, especially if you played the game before. There's only been like a few of the Game Boy Advance tracks I thought they did a great job reinventing or updating for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I'd say my favorite one was, I can't remember the name of it, but like that one Cheese Land level. Yeah, I thought that was really cool how they added like more craters and bumps or kind of make it feel like you're on like a planet made of cheese or something. That was really cool. It was more than just a flat yellow level like in the Game Boy Advance one. They really did a lot of stuff to tune it up, and I thought that was really cool. Like, I guess in a similar way to what I thought about like Moonlight Highway. So there's already enough levels that have like a similar vibe to this, where it's like a desert level filled with rocks and mountains. You know, we have what was it called, the Calamari Desert. That's a much better level. I don't know if you could really consider the Cheeseland one a desert level, because it's more like a cross between like a desert and a moon kind of level, but otherwise you got like the dry desert level. There's just so many better desert levels in this game. This one just feels really bland in comparison. The only thing it has that stands out is you got Shy Guys dressed as miners, but you already have a level where you had Shy Guys as miners. That one waterfall level from Mario Kart 8. So what was the point? Koopa Cape. So I remember this one being a pretty popular level in Mario Kart Wii, and I don't know, I never really cared for it that much. I mean, the only thing that really stands out about it is the part where you go underground through the water. So they definitely butchered this level a bit, or neutered it, because originally, if I recall, there were like electric spinning traps down there, and they removed them. Can't say I'm really going to miss them though, because I, like many others, found them very annoying. Otherwise, like the water slide gimmick, it might have been unique at the time when it came out for Mario Kart Wii, but for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, we already have a level full water slide gimmick, and that was that one underground level based on the underground levels from Mario Brothers 1. So I don't know, I kind of think I might like that level a little better than this. So, and I remember there was a level in Team Sonic Racing where you went underwater in a tunnel. It was like a Seaside Hill level, and I kind of think that's a better level. And yeah, the Mario Kart one came first, but I'm just saying I think the first Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing game kind of topped that level. They took the concept and made it more fun. Whoa, what happened there? I think that the turns in this level are just way too narrow. It's real easy to accidentally bump into stuff. I need to learn to start relying more on the trick ramps in this level. I keep trying to make sharp turns in front of them, and that keeps messing me up, it seems like. Ugh! I don't remember this level being so tricky on the Wii. And that was the one that had the electric traps, so come on. I don't remember the turns being so bad, though. Can't believe I got first for that one. I felt like I was somehow going to fall behind. Okay, last race for Wave 5. Vancouver Velocity. So, this is like the first time the Mario characters have been in Vancouver since, what was it? The Mario and Sonic 2000... Was it the 2009 Winter Olympics? Or, I can't remember what year it was. I'm surprised they don't make any more of the Winter Olympics. Like, I know that the one on Wii U did not sell very well, but then again, I don't think the Rio one did either, and yet, for some reason, they decided to make 2020 into an Olympic game. That's like the most outdated Mario and Sonic Olympic games, because we never really got the 2020 Tokyo Olympics since it had to be delayed due to COVID. Yeah, that one was just poorly timed, but I didn't think it was that great of a game either. I actually like the Rio one a lot better. I thought the Rio one actually had better visuals, and I thought it had better mini-games. Although, that's not to say that all the Tokyo ones were bad, though. I did like the rock climbing one. I did like some of the Dream events were fun, like the Dream fighting, the Dream skateboarding. That was all fun, but otherwise, it left you wanting more. You're tired of playing on the same level over and over. You kind of wanted to see more level variety. And so, yeah, it's like, to this day, I still wonder why they never made like a Mario or Sonic skateboarding game. And I know Sonic was originally supposed to get like some kind of skateboard racing game, because there was a leaked prototype for a canceled Sonic game on an Xbox dev kit called Sonic Extreme, or Sonic Extreme Skateboarding. So the demo showed like Sonic racing Shadow on a skateboard, and that's all the gameplay really featured. So a lot of people think that was a prototype for what ended up becoming Sonic Riders. But I can definitely see like a Mario game trying to like step up the skateboarding formula, because most skateboarding games are about just, you know, completing tricks and collecting things under a certain time limit, the Tony Hawk formula. But it'd be kind of cool to see like what Mario could do, like if they can make separate modes. So they could make like a free mode where you can just like skateboard around and do tricks and find hidden objects, but then it would also be cool to have like race modes, and then variants on the race modes, like where not only do you have to try to, you know, your finishing position affects your final score, but also depending on how many tricks you pulled off throughout the race, and like how many rails you grinded, how long you lasted on them, it could like boost your score up even further. So even if you didn't make it in first place because of how well you did, it could give you a chance to actually become first in the end. That'd be a really cool idea. I'd love to see how they could make a Mario skateboarding game. Okay, and that was the Mario Kart 8 Wave 5 Booster Course DLC, and overall it's pretty good. At least 2 levels in each cup that I didn't care much for, but wasn't enough to take away from the overall experience. Another great addition to another great set of DLC. And so we're down to one last one. Who knows when that will come out? Probably around the holiday season, I'm guessing. But I'm really hoping we get Diddy Kong and Pauline. But anyways, that's all I have to show for now. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and have a great day.